So just had my first ever fall, my first ever official slip, and we are covered, literally fell into a stream, and I'm literally covered in mud, literally. And it was moderately fun. I mean, my head hit the floor, and I'm glad I didn't feel like I had concussion. My head went in the big bog, but I've just cut my elbow slightly. But I was getting cocky and thinking, now I can run downhill, and I just ran down there, and then slip I went. Where is this blood coming from? It's fucking beautiful. Literally have not felt the sun on me, like, probably since like September. Oh, it feels awesome. So nice. That's the appreciative aspect of changing weather, is that you appreciate a lot of it because it's not constant. Got about 17 and a half miles in, I think. I'll be doing about 20, so not too far finishing. This has been splendidly wonderful. It's been fantastic. Just been very present the whole time, really, and it's absolutely flown by. I don't really know what this is, to be honest. I kind of had the intention of like documenting my training and my journey to running an ultramarathon. There's a lot of stuff that like you can talk about that is kind of a bit boring. Like, I mean, I find it interesting, but like I feel like I have way more meaningful things that I want to express that are more than just like, you know, this is how I'm keeping my hips in good stead to be able to run, or this is how many miles I'm running, or this is what I'm eating. You can read about that everywhere and anywhere, and it coming out of my mouth is no different from it coming out of somebody else's mouth. Basically, I don't really know what I'm doing, but I have a pull and an urge to document something. I don't know what it is I'm documenting, but I guess my thoughts and my experience is what I'm going to document, and my interpretation of that. So, as actually some important information, which I guess is relevant to anybody, or for somebody who is producing a series about running, is helpful information that in, I think it's under 4 weeks' time, I've got an ultramarathon. 38 miles in the lakes. It's on the shortest day of the year, toward Helvellyn, and it's quite funny. I mean, it's not really that funny, but because it's 38 miles, I've not even thought about it. I've only ran 250 miles before, which is not a lot. But my brain's kind of just turned off to the fact that I'm going to be running 38 miles in the dark with self-navigation because I've done further. I don't know if that's helpful, but I guess thinking about it doesn't really do all that much for the actual ability to do the thing. So we'll go with that. When the thought arises to think about it more, I will, but that 4 weeks seems ages away to me. Guess all I need to do is run, but just more like the logistics of like how to read maps, what we're gonna eat, deloading. I'm kind of, if I'm honest, I kind of feel like I'm just kind of floating. Like I do many things, I do a lot of things, but they kind of just happen. I seem to not really think about that much in terms of planning. I don't really know what I'm talking about, but I'm going to take off this orange hat because it's going to get sweaty and it's new. All point, wow, there we go. So, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pairs of shoes later, and I think I might have found the shoe that works. These pretty ladies, and I think they're one of the most common trail running shoes, but Look at speed goats. One of my favourite things I love about running, when it's raining, muddy, and just like, you know, pretty like, is this. I don't know why this gives me such a sense of joy. It's just being absolutely caked in mud. But it does. So, you know, there is joy to be found in, well, in dirt. It's Saturday morning. I have a weekend of stuff, which means that I don't have the opportunity to do a big kind of long run. However, I'm going to do 10 miles today, 10 miles tomorrow, and I'm going to I'm finding the Yorkshire Wolds. I don't know where they are, so I'm going to go discover that. So it's done about, I think, for 37 minutes, and I'm experiencing some upper thigh chafing. It's getting progressively worse, so I'm going to try and attach some of these large sterile adhesive dressings to my thighs. Now I just need to hope that it doesn't come off. I've never done that before, but the pain is gone. And I've just realised as well, I have some zinc oxide tape in my bag, which would have actually been way better than these. Oh, for fuck's sake, it's coming off. Yep. That's one off already. So, let's hope the other one stays. Okay, 5 minutes later, and I'm still having a thigh problem. I have a feeling this is just going to come off as well. But we have to just work with it, don't we? If not, then I just have to suffer. And it'll be a fun game of existing in the face of suffering and death, but somehow still keep a good mindful game. It is frustrating stopping, and I will say that every time I stop, and I will continue to also say that it need not be frustrating because it has a purpose, but it is still frustrating. This is a dirty trail. The closer I get, the closer they come. I swear sheep aren't supposed to follow you. Might be the only person that's ever turned around because sheep started following them. I just ran, well, maybe just over half a mile up this hill because I wanted to see this. It's nice and mild. So it's 6:30. I'm doing another 10 miles. 10 miles yesterday and 10 miles today. The leg chafe situation is definitely the situation. I've got zinc, well, I've just got tape on my thighs. I can feel it coming off. But like throughout the night, I was awoken from the feeling of chafing, which isn't ideal. But anyway, it's hopefully going to get light soon. I think that's how the world works. It's kind of getting light already, to be fair. Felt pretty dead when I woke up. not dead, but just quite a light sleep, sleeping in a different place on their bed. And also woke up at like 4, ready to get up. Obviously that wasn't the time to wake up. Anyway, I shut up. This must be boring. Oh. So another 10 miles in like an hour and 40. 3 weeks yesterday until the ultra. 38 miles around the lakes, Helvellyn, shortest day of the year. We begin to taper now. I've just recently got this thing, a dry robe, and I basically want to live in it. So it's Wednesday mid-morning. I've spent all morning working, doing a lot of writing and some other tasks. However, I blocked my day off on Wednesdays for writing. I don't see clients. Something called me this morning and it was the mountains, and I checked the weather forecast for Whernside, one of the Yorkshire Three Peaks, and it's going to be about 5-mile-per-hour winds, which is literally nothing, and completely clear and sunny. And I was like, well, that's me, that's the plan. The only thing about these dry robes as well is that, like, I'm wearing it, it's nice and warm, but then you have to take it off. So I'm gonna take it off, because if I drive in this, then get out the car is gonna be painful. My stomach's not been very happy this morning. I don't know why. I did have a stir fry last night. I made a stir fry and probably ate maybe a lot of fibre, like maybe a bit too much, so that might be why. But hopefully I didn't have an accident. So either I'm about to get the best cloud inversion ever, or the weather forecast was a complete lie. It literally could not be less clear. So that's where the mountain is within that. I think I've been lied to. Anyway, it's exciting today because I've got a new coat, and it's like the colour of a berry, and it's making me really happy. And it just looks really cool. I've also got some new gloves, and I'm also, for the first time in probably ever, I'm wearing leggings to run in, because for the ultra in 3 weeks time, or less than 3 weeks time, I think shorts aren't really a good idea. So I bought some leggings that I'm testing today. It's pretty cold. It's like 3 degrees, I think. The feels like is like -1. So anyway, I'm hoping for an awesome cloud inversion, and that's what it means, not that it's just going to be foggy. So I reckon we're in for a cloud inversion near the top, because the sun's kind of coming through. feel like any minute my head's just gonna be like, whoa, I can see.
Who's gonna save you? Who's gonna make you not blue?
The sky's getting blue.
Not blue. Blue too. Bad blue. Sort of witty and jaded, but let's not talk about you.
I'm literally in absolute awe. Like my eyes.
Are you hound dog tired singing all night long? Who's gonna save you? Who's gonna make you not blue? Not blue.
Well, make me feel bad. What's the best time?
Blue dew, blue moon. Been one or two since I ran into you. Do you need a picture? Well, I get so. It's hard to take one when your iPhone's full. Who's gonna save you? Who's gonna make you not blue? Not blue. Not blue.
So, I'm just on my way to go and throw myself in the river, which I've not done in about a week, so there's a minor bit of well, there's always that. But I just wanted to speak about, I don't really know actually, I just got an urge to speak. But I think something that I've been kind of coming to terms with and really kind of realising is the idea of, in the West, in the world that we are in, all of the emphasis is on doing and thinking. Like, you have to think your way out of things and you have to do things, and only when you've done them two things can you be. And I just don't agree with it. And I really feel like I'm on a path of discovery, so to speak, of just kind of realising and experiencing truly that being always comes before doing, because all of this outer world, the achievements, the work, the friendships, the relationships, the body, the everything is a result and is a projection of in here. And if you really can't just be, and you can't, well yeah, if you can't be, and if you have kind of zero space, stillness, silence within, and contentment within, everything around here is always going to be shaky, because it's never going to be enough, ever. And that's one thing to understand, one thing to do. I feel like I've always kind of understood that, well, not always, but you know, the last year especially. You know, that's an interesting idea, interesting concept, but you know, you can't live that. And I'm discovering and I'm putting into practice that actually you can, and to kind of just hold everything out here lightly, you know, not be too attached to it. And it's, again, it's an experience that is intangible for words, I think that's kind of a good thing. But interestingly, I've got the 38 miler in 2 weeks on Saturday, which is Thursday today, so 2 weeks time basically. And I've literally not thought about it once. In the sense of, like, I mean, again, there's many factors here, right? Oh no, I'm blurry. One factor is, it's my third ultramarathon. I've done 2 50 milers before. This is a bit less of a distance. So of course, I'm gonna have, I guess, less kind of concern, less qualms about it. But one of the most exhausting things when I did especially the last one in Snowdon, was the amount of headspace it took up. And while there's a lot of kind of stuff out there, and all about kind of, you know, visualizing and preparing, and while that has a place, of course preparation is a required thing, it definitely has a place, but it's it has a place, but we go too far with that. You know, the amount of headspace it took up for me was ridiculous. I couldn't really do anything else because I was just so consumed with this idea that I was about to run 50 miles in Mount Snowdon, and it was really exciting, but it was also exhausting. And to truly be where your feet are, which is kind of becoming my life's mission right here, right now, is to be practiced and experienced all the time. Like, if you're just where your feet are when you're running, I mean, it's helpful for when you run, but you don't run all the time. Of course, you know, I will get everything I need, but it's in 14 days time, it doesn't really take up too much of my headspace. Not that it took it up in a bad way, but just that it meant I missed out on right this second because I'm so ahead in the future. And there's a bad rep of being in the past. But there's also a lot to be said for being in the future, even if it's a positive thing or an exciting thing, because excitement, worry are the same feeling energetically, and they have the same kind of exhausting effect on the body. Anyway, I've arrived at the river. It looks quite still today actually, which is quite nice because it's been very high and very fast, so no dilly-dallying really.
Blue dew, blue moon, kinda mysterious, shaded with someone I'm not really into. Do you need to fix it? Talking bullshit. It's hard to see you when your eyes look dull. Who's gonna save you? Who's gonna make you not blue? Not blue.
I'm literally being hit with this, like, feels like energy and just wow.
That blue.